Hello everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in to ASPN HD. Here at Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan alongside Naveed Sarabi, here to bring you coverage of the 2025 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division Town Championship. Today's championship game pits the Red Sox against the Giants. The Red Sox came into this Little League tournament as the second seed, and after close wins against the Diamondbacks and top-seeded Royals, they are now just one win away from championship glory. The Giants have had a slightly longer path to get here. They came in as the fourth seed after a win against the Dodgers. They suffered a close loss to the Royals and were forced into the losers bracket of this double-elimination tournament, but since they have run the gambit, they beat the Orioles, the Diamondbacks, and got payback over the Royals to get them here to the final round. So if the Red Sox win today, it is over. They are the champions. If the Giants win, then they keep the tournament going, and we will be back for another game on Wednesday. So a lot at stake here, Naveed. This should be a good one.
Indeed. Very much looking forward to this game. We have some big bats and big pitching on both sides. Lots of talent. Should be a close contest.
Absolutely, and we'll see some of that talent coming up here as we'll have player introductions coming up right after this.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Hello and welcome back to Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Let's meet the participants of the 2025 BYB Major A Town Championship, starting with the Red Sox.
Hi, my name is Calvin Thorne. I'm 12 years old and I play for the Red Sox.
Hi, my name is Peter Thorne. I'm 10 years old and I play for the Red Sox.
Hi, my name is Alexander Dupuis. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Red Sox.
Hi, my name is Alan Lindy. I am 11 years old and I play for the Red Sox.
Hey, my name is Ernest Kanegi. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Red Sox.
Hi, I'm Peter Van Dyke. I'm 10 years old and I play for the Red Sox.
Hi, I'm Max Jacobs. I'm 11 and I'm on the Red Sox.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel Colino. I'm 11 years old and I play in the Red Sox.
Hi, I'm Takumi Minamiguchi. I'm 12 years old. I'm in Red Sox.
Hello, my name is Tom Rothschild. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Red Sox.
Hi, I'm Griffin Evans. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Red Sox.
Hello, my name is Adam Rothschild. I'm the head coach for the Red Sox. Couldn't be more proud of all these kids. Thanks.
And now let's meet their opponent for today, the Giants.
I'm Anderson Crompton. I'm 12 years old, and I play for the Giants.
I'm Elliot Chang. I'm 12 years old, and I play for the Giants.
I'm Max Bendette. I'm 12 years old, and I play for the Giants.
Hi, my name is Cole Yajnik. I'm 11 years old, and I play for the Giants.
My name is Alexander Ratul. I'm 10 years old, and I play for the Giants.
Hi, my name is Evan. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Giants.
Hi, my name is Leonardo. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Giants.
Hi, my name is Otis. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Giants.
My name is Matthew. I'm 12 years old and I play for the Giants.
Hi, my name's Oshin. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Giants.
Hello, I'm Yunzu. I play for the Giants.
Hi, my name is Gabriel Jaffe. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Giants.
I'm Coach Brian. I coach for the Giants, the world-famous Brookline Giants.
All right, don't go away, folks. We'll be right back with the first pitch of this ball game.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. and you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute pre-diabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. On behalf of ASPN HD, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan alongside Naveed Sarabi here to give you coverage of the 2025 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Town Championship. We're about to start the top of the first inning. The Giants, the away team on the scoreboard today, as coming out of the losers bracket, they need to win this game to stay alive in the tournament, whereas the Red Sox, the home team, they come in out of the winners bracket. If the Red Sox win, they win the championship. First pitch coming up on the way, and it's going to be in there for strike one. Leading off for the Giants here, their starting catcher, number 9, Osheen Dian, going up against the Red Sox starting pitcher, number 12, Calvin Thorne. That one catches the high end of the zone, strike 2. 0-2 count to start for Dian here. And that one's going to miss over his head for ball 1.
Let's see what Cal's got here on 1 and 2. Little side note here, Cal is pitching to his brother Peter.
As that one is fouled to the backstop, Dian stays alive at 1 and 2. And you're absolutely right, Naveed. Calvin Thorne completing the battery with his younger brother behind the plate, Peter Thorne, the starting catcher for the Red Sox. So a full Thorne battery for the Red Sox starting off today. We'll see how they handle things against the Giants lineup. And Dian makes contact, a slow bouncer over to second, picked up, thrown to first, not in time, and the throw gets away, and it'll allow Dian to go down to second on an infield single and a throwing error.
That was a classic Osheen play, a lot of speed. If you're not perfect with that ball and throw, you will beat out the play normally.
No such thing as a routine ground out at the Little League level. You got it, always worth it to dig it out down that line. And Osheen Dian shows exactly why right there. First pitch to the new batter in there for strike 1 is stepping in for the Giants. Their starting first baseman, number 24, Elliot Chang. That one hits the outside corner for strike 2. So Thorne, out of his first 6 pitches, only 1 ball outside the zone so far.
That's great. Got to keep an eye on Osheen there as well.
Pops this one up in the infield. Ooh, almost a bit of competition there, but it is snagged by the first baseman, number 6, Alexander Dupuis. They got to be careful about that one, though. Got to make sure you vocally call for that fly ball, but Red Sox avoid disaster and get the first out of the inning.
That's right, Jesse. I can see every coach right now on the sideline yelling out, call it out.
First pitch swung on and missed on a low dipping curve there. Strike 1. It is pitcher against pitcher now as the Giants starting hurler, number 19, Max Bendett, steps into the box. That one hits the low outside corner, and Dian is taking off, and he takes third unopposed as that one briefly got away from Peter Thorne, and Osheen Dian taking advantage with a steal.
Definitely have to watch the pass balls on wild pitches here. Osheen's speed, he will definitely steal home.
For now, a high ball 1 to Max Bendett. The Giants with a runner at third and 1 out, a 1-2 count to Max Bendett. And gets strike 3.
What a great pitch.
Calvin Thorne loving that outside corner to the righties early in this one. And now a 2 down, a very tight spot here in the top of the first inning. Stepping in now for the Giants, their starting shortstop, number 22, Anderson Crompton. First pitch is tipped, strike 1.
Anderson, a great hitter, lots of power. Already has a couple of dingers on the season. Also pitched a gem here a couple of days ago to get the Giants in this position.
The Giants, of course, needing to pay back an earlier loss to the top-seeded Royals in order to punch their ticket to the finals here in this double elimination tournament. Swing and a miss there for Crompton, strike 2. Again, Calvin Thorne, even with a runner on third, not hesitating to hit the zone and keep throwing strikes. That's every coach's dream, is a kid who's not afraid to throw strikes.
Absolutely. Inside, outside.
Ooh, but this one rocketed out to left, and it's caught. Crompton gives it a ride, but the starting left fielder, Ernest Kanegi, gets under it, tracks it well for out number 3. Brief scare from the Giants, but the Red Sox keep it a goose egg as they will take their turn at the plate in the bottom of the first.
That's right. Big hit, warning track power. Just found the glove. Great start so far, Jesse. We're seeing great pitching. We're seeing guys find the bat, steals. Seeing a little of everything this afternoon.
Absolutely. And since we got a little bit of time between innings, let's go through the full starting lineups for these two teams here today. We'll start with the Giants, since we just saw them go into the plate. As we saw, leading off for the Giants, the catcher number 9, Oshin Dian. Batting second, the first baseman, number 24, Elliot Chang. Batting third and starting on the mound, number 19, Max Bendett. Batting cleanup, the shortstop, number 22, Anderson Crompton. Batting fifth, second base, number 2, Alex Vitello. Batting third, starting on the bench, but they rotate positions around, so we'll probably see him in the field at some point, number 3, Coleman Yajnik. Next, also starting on the bench for now, number 11, Gabriel Jaffe. Starting center fielder, number 13, Evan Shapiro. Starting at the hot corner, number 12, Yun-Soo Ji. Starting on the bench, number 6, Matthew Iannicelli. Starting in right, number 8, Leonardo Orichuia. And starting in left, number 5, Otis Bates. That's the starting lineup for the Giants. And then coming up to the plate, the Red Sox, their starting lineup, leading off and starting at shortstop, number 8, Peter Van Dyke. Batting second, starting in left field, number 7, Ernest Kanegi. Batting third, we just saw him on the mound in the top half of the inning, and number 12, Calvin Thorne. Batting cleanup, we just saw him completing the battery in the top half of the inning, the catcher, number 19, Peter Thorne. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 13, Alan Lindy. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 22, Takumi Minamiguchi. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 3, Max Jacobs. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 6, Alexander Dupuis. Starting on the bench, we have number 2, Griffin Evans. Also on the bench to start, number 24, Nate Urcolino. And then the starting center fielder, number 9, Tom Rothschild. So that is the starting lineup for the Red Sox. They'll have Van Dyke, Kanegi, and the older of the Thorne brothers coming up here in the bottom of the first.
Yes, Jesse, let's see if they can get a few guys on base. And once they're on base, anything can happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, we saw, you put the ball in play, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, we saw a ground ball to second turn into an infield hit plus an extra base off a throwing error in the top half of the first. We also saw an infield pop-up almost turn into disaster for the Red Sox when the infielders failed to call for it. They got lucky to come out with a catch. And then we saw one fly ball to left that, I mean, hey, if you put that in the gap instead of straight away to left, that could have been an RBI hit. We'll see what happens here as starting off for the Red Sox, the shortstop, number 8, Peter Van Dyke. First pitch to Van Dyke is going to be low for ball 1.
Van Dyke here has some speed as well, and as you guys know, speed will put pressure on the defense as well. So important to see if we can get a bat on the ball here, and there we go.
There we go, but pulled it just an eensy bit too much as that goes foul along the third base line. So it'll be a 1-1 count to Van Dyke. That one high and in, ball 2. And that is already the same number of balls outside the zone that Calvin Thorne threw for the entire first inning, as he was attacking the strike zone so aggressively in the top half. Max Bendett, a little bit of early struggles to find his stuff and find the zone. 3-1, the count to Van Dyke.
Yeah, we normally see this. Sometimes it takes a pitcher, a batter, or 2, even an inning, to start finding the zone consistently.
Ooh, makes contact here. Shallow pop-up, and it's caught. Good tracking out in shallow center by the shortstop, Anderson Crompton.
Yes, Anderson's a tremendous fielder. Looking forward to, he's one of the clubhouse leaders on the Williamsport team this summer, so a lot of opportunities to make plays like that coming up for him.
One down here, up comes for the Red Sox, the left fielder, number 7, Ernest Kanegi. First pitch comes in around the feet for ball 1 as we got our first lefty hitter of the day with Kanegi here. That one comes in high, ball 2. Kanegi made that nice catch for out number 3 out in left field.
That's right.
Now he's hoping he can contribute offensively. That one hits the zone, and that's the kind of pitch the Giants coaches definitely want to see from Bendett.
Absolutely, that was right down the middle.
That one coming in high and away, ball 3. 3-1, the count to Kanegi, same count that Van Dyke had when he popped out. And this time, Kanegi, patient, draws the free pass. We got our first base on balls of the day and our first Red Sox base runner.
That's right, and O'Sheen Deegan, who we saw in the top of the inning, get the third base catch in here. And you can see he's doing his best to try to frame those balls.
Now with a runner on, up comes the older of the Thorne brothers, the starting pitcher for the Red Sox, number 12, Calvin Thorne. First pitch comes in low, ball 1.
Calvin here also a strong lacrosse player, like his brother. Multi-sport athlete, we tend to see a few of them.
Definitely a guy that likes to swing a stick hard, whether it's a bat or a lacrosse stick, but I feel bad that once he hits high school, he's gonna have to choose. Those are both spring sports.
Yes, and currently, unfortunately, his top sport is lacrosse. I don't say that in a bad way, just as a baseball coach.
You got a little bit of bias in there, a little bit.
Tiny bit, tiny bit.
And Thorne rips one. Oh, what a catch by Crompton. Na-na-na.
Absolutely, highlight reel catch there, laying out.
Boy, Anderson Crompton showing off at shortstop here in the bottom half of the first. His second catch as he robs Calvin Thorne of what looked to be a potential base hit there. Laying out for that one. Now at the plate, the starting catcher for the Red Sox, number 19, Peter Thorne, as he takes ball 1.
Speaking of multi-sport athletes, Anderson Crompton's also a very accomplished soccer player.
And those are different seasons. He can do both.
Yes, he can. His father, Brian Crompton, is head coach of the team. He does a great job helping Anderson balance the two sports.
2-1 the count currently to the younger Thorne brother as he reaches out, fouls that one off. And interestingly enough, this is our first 2-strike count of the entire inning.
Wow.
2 outs, just 1 runner on, and Bendett, for the first time, has 2 strikes on a batter. And a defensive swing there by Peter Thorne to stay alive.
Great off-speed pitch by Max there.
Yeah, that one dropped off the table, and Thorne just kind of had to reach out because he was already in the process of swinging.
That's right.
That one coming in high. We've got a full count here in the bottom of the first. 2 down, runner on first.
Big pitch here.
And Thorne lifts one, and who else? Anderson Crompton. That one his easiest catch of the inning, but all on his own, makes every catch, and that will end the first inning. No score here yet at Elliott Field in the town championship here between the Red Sox and Giants. Alongside Naveed Sarabi, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan. We'll be back with the second inning after a short break here on ASPN HD.
Achieving my goals as an adult was challenging without a high school diploma. With the help of an adult education center, I finished my high school diploma and it changed my life.
This yearbook is a testament to your accomplishments and how they have impacted all of us.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now, I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
And here we are back for the second inning of the 2025 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Town Championship between the Red Sox and Giants. Alongside Naveed Sarabi, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan. Leading off here in the top of the second, the Giants' first batter will take strike one. That is number 2, Alex Vitullo, at the plate as Calvin Thorne back on the hill for his second inning of work, as that one, Vitullo a little behind that pitch as he fouls it off for strike 2.
That's right, Alex has a good pedigree here in the BYB system. His older brother, Zach, played in the majors, so baseball family there.
This one fouled off, and Calvin Thorne still not afraid to throw strikes. But Vitullo making contact at least. Just needs to square it up a little better if he wants to put it in play. And he does as he rips one out to right. And that is going to be a leadoff single for Alex Vitullo.
Classic Alex there. I've seen him multiple games this season where he's able to take those fastballs and put them exactly where he needs to in the gap.
Now coming up, number 3, Coleman Yajnik. First pitch blows by him, strike 1. The younger Thorne brother Peter gonna have to keep an eye on the base runner at first. We saw the Giants get a steal in the first inning as this one fouled and caught by a fan. That doesn't count. This isn't banana ball. Doesn't count if the fans catch it.
Great save there for us by a parent.
0-2 the count to Yajnik. Ooh, throws it right in there for strike 3. Blistering second strikeout of the day for Calvin Thorne.
That's right. Good at bat, though. Got a couple of bats on the ball, and that's all you need.
Now coming up, number 11, Gabriel Jaffe.
Gabe, a strong pitcher. We should probably see him pitch this game. Strong hitter as well. Definitely warning track power here.
Swing and a miss on that one. A little bit of movement on that one. Looked like it might have been a bit of a breaking ball from Thorne on that pitch.
Yes, Thorne probably knowing Gabe's looking fastball there.
And that one blooped right side, strike 2, as he was a little behind that one. You know, I really like Jaffe's bat. I like the red, white, and blue colors. Makes me think of those bomb pop popsicles that you get from the ice cream truck.
Absolutely right. That's my first thought when I saw it as well, was the ice cream truck.
Takes that one high for ball 1. Runners taking off for second. Throw down to second, and they got him at second. Beautiful throw from Peter Thorne.
Yes. Great throw. It was very, very close, Alex.
That was a very close play. You know, I think his lead leg came up a little bit higher, and so if his front toes had been the first thing to hit second base and stay on it, he might have made that. But a very close play and a great throw by Peter Thorne from behind the plate to get out number 2. And now the Red Sox 1 strike away from exiting the inning. But they're not done yet as Jaffe stays alive with another foul ball.
Yes, great observation on that throwdown as well. His lead leg was up, which gave Peter just enough time.
One and 2, still the count to Jaffe. Bases empty, 2 down here in the top of the second. And that one misses just to the outside, 2-2. This is the first 2-ball count that we have seen from Calvin Thorne so far today.
So efficient today, just like most of his outings this season.
Another foul ball, and I'll tell you, if you want to battle a pitcher who is throwing efficiently, this is how. You get your bat on ball, you foul it off, you stay alive, you don't give him anything easy.
That's a great point, Chris. That's how we end up getting the pitch we want. And Jaffe doing exactly that right now, staying alive. Gabe also plays for the local club team, the Bandits.
And he makes good contact over the third baseman's outstretched glove as he lines a 2-out single to left.
I don't think he could have scripted that any better. Jesse setting it up. That's exactly it. Battle, 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 and it pays off. Every little coach's dream in terms of an at-bat there.
So a runner at first now, still 2 down. First pitch blows by the batter for strike 1 at the plate, number 13, Evan Shapiro.
Evan plays catcher. He is actually on the summer travel team as well.
But he's needing to take a couple pitches to get the proper timing against that fastball of Calvin Thorne. And he makes contact there. Oh, it takes a hard hop. Third baseman's lucky that didn't catch him in the chin.
That's right.
That's why they call it the hot corner. It can be such a tough spot.
Especially in Brookline here, we call that the Elliott hop. That lip there, not quite even. You got to kind of make a choice whether you want to play back or play up on the grass, just precisely for that reason. Lindy there probably was expecting a little bit of a normal hop, but it caught the lip there and jumped up on him.
So 2 runners on now, first and second with 2 down. Strike 1 there to the current batter, number 12, Yun-Soo Ji, as he takes strike 2 to that outside corner. Runner's going to take off for third and sneak past him. Gabe Jaffe, aggressive on the base paths, gets down to third. But that's strike 3 as Calvin Thorne says, I don't care what base you're on, you're not moving any further, as he gets the inning-ending strikeout there.
Yeah, that's the power of great pitching, that precision that he has. It can get you out of those jams. Great job by Calvin. But the Giants, showing some life here, battling, getting some hits, taking third. I do feel like both these teams are on the verge of having some big innings.
We'll see what the Red Sox have in store at the plate in the bottom of the second. Due up for them will be Alan Lindy, Takumi Minamiguchi, and Max Jacobs.
On the screen there, you saw Brian Crompton, who is also the head coach of the summer 12-year-old 12U Williamsport team. Brian does a ton of work over the off-season with the kids. He leads our weekly hitting sessions. We rent space, and all the kids are invited, all the majors kids, even the younger kids come for clinic, 2 to 3 hour clinic hitting sessions that Brian Crompton leads for us. Once again, just a great example of not just coaching his kid, but really, really making the community better as a whole as we try to compete during the summers as well and represent Brookline well.
Yeah, and that's one of the beautiful things about Brookline Little League is it really does build, like you said, such a community. Among all the different people that come in, people who, like you said, they start out as just parents, but then they, build it into something bigger than just coaching their kid and getting to connect with all these different teams, all these other kids, all these other families throughout the area. It's a really beautiful thing. And then, of course, we have our rare gems like our good friend Arlen Shostak, who is celebrating the big 5-0. As a part of Brookline Youth Baseball.
Absolutely. You want to talk about the epitome of community and giving back. I don't think there is a greater example than our own Arlen Shostak.
Perfect word for it. Couldn't have said it better myself. He's the guy that everybody knows in Brookline Youth Baseball just because of how long and how close he's been with everybody. Back to the action here in the bottom of the second. First pitch from Max Bendett back on the hill for the Giants. In there for strike 1 to Alan Lindy. Swings and misses at the breaking ball there, strike 2.
It's a great pitch there.
Bendett, a good mix of speeds. Yeah, that one missed the outside, but man, the movement. You could tell he almost fooled Lindy on that one. Very different pitching style from Calvin Thorne, who's just throwing all fire.
Absolutely, and Calvin does have multiple pitches. I think he's just waiting to see when he needs to use them, but great call on Max here. He's his ball is absolutely dying in and away sometimes.
That one fouled off, strike 2. Yeah, and I don't think it's necessarily that, like you said, that Thorne doesn't have movement on his pitches. He can. It's just he uses more speed and slightly less movement, whereas Bendette, you know, a little less speed, a little more movement, more of that Zach Greinke style.
Absolutely, Jesse. And when you're throwing 60 miles an hour at this level, then you can wait to show your second and third pitches like Calvin is.
But Bendette showing his stuff there as he fools Lindy for strike 3, his first K of the day. That pitch misses low and away for ball 1 at the plate for the Red Sox, number 22, Takumi Minamiguchi. That one also misses low. And that's been the tough thing for Bendette early, is that some of his pitches have just kind of gotten away from him. You know, hasn't hurt him on the scoreboard so far.
No, thanks to that spectacular infield plays that we saw last inning from Anderson Crompton.
That pitch just misses for ball 3. Three and 0, the count to Minamiguchi. That one does hit the low inside corner for strike 1.
That was a great pitch. You have to take that all the way.
But that one's going to miss. Minamiguchi, with the patience, draws the 1-out walk.
I have an Arlen story for you here. I was actually at the Bay State meeting this weekend, and the president of Bay State, Steven Zerdillian, once I told him I was in Brookline, his first question was, "Oh, do you know Arlen?" Well, him and I go 25 years back, and he was telling me stories from 1993 of meeting Arlen and coaching.
Oh my God, 1993 is literally the year I was born.
I don't remember 1993.
That one fouled off. Strike 1. It's a 2-1 count to Max Jacobs, with a runner on first and 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Max, another lefty, as you alluded to earlier. Not too many of them in this game, but he's very solid.
And patiently taking ball 3 there.
Max also plays catcher. Rare lefty catchers. He's just an athlete, multi-sport athlete once again. A lot of basketball.
And he's going to draw another walk here. Back-to-back free passes from Bendette. Coach asking for some clarification. You know, that looked like a pretty civil conversation between coach and umpire, just clarifying that the ball's not breaking in time.
That's right, that's right. Brian, once again, a coaching aficionado here, getting some clarification from the ump there.
And that one swung on and missed for strike 1 at the plate. Number 6, Alexander Dupuis. Slices one straight up in the air. That's going to go over the backstop and out of play for strike 2. Bendette finding the zone here against Dupuis.
Yeah, great start to this batter.
But we might have jinxed him a little bit as that one misses over the head for ball 1.
I think you're right, Jesse. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Let Max do his thing here.
That one also another brush back as Dupuis with the matrix dodge there for ball 2. Runners at first and second. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. No score. That one drops low. Ball 3. Got balls that just aren't breaking from that righty inside part of the plate, and then other balls just breaking too far away. Dupuis fouls that one off to keep it alive at a full count here.
Yes, and Max's pitches are not missing by much. They're not pass balls, so to your point, just to inch or two off on his breaks.
Count still full. And that one misses. Dupuis standing in there confidently to take ball 4. 3 straight walks, and now a visit at the mound for Max Bendett. And this is what can be so tough, especially at this level, because you even see it at the high school level too, you know, where your stuff's just not breaking for you. It's just not going to the spots you need to. You can't lay off because you're facing good hitters that will take advantage if you just try and meatball it in there just to get a strike. And if your stuff's just not working for you, it can easily snowball like it has here to a bases-loaded 1-out situation.
That's absolutely right, Jesse. You gave up a couple of walks, and you get a timely hit. And despite all his work, hard work, you know, it can put up a couple of runs and make it a little bit tougher. But Max is hanging in there. He's been in this situation before. Brian giving a little pep talk. Let's see how this one goes. He's got a great catcher back there. You got to watch for pass balls and wild pitches at this point.
And you know what? It's gut check time for the fielders behind him. If he pitches to contact here, if they turn a double play, grounder, gets past third baseman, picked up by Crompton, who tags third.
Wow, what a play.
But a run is going to come in on the RBI fielder's choice from Griffin Evans.
Great play by, another great play by Anderson there, backing up his third baseman, able to get out. That could have easily been no outs or 2 runs.
And Elliot Chang is, that's Elliot Chang's on the Giants. Got mixed up for a second. That is Nate Urcolino fouling that one off for strike 1. It is 2 outs here. Runners at first and second. Swing and a miss there, strike 2. Minami Gucci comes in to score the game's first run as the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. Jacobs was out at third on the fielder's choice. Dupuis up to second and Evans over to first. But Urcolino goes down, but that's a dropped third strike. Dean picks it up, throws to first, gets him to complete the strikeout and finish the inning.
Great play there by O'Sheen, heads up play, not worried about the runner, going to first. And Evan Shapiro there squeezing that ball, as coaches like to see, to make sure he secured the out.
And it was the Red Sox squeezing out the first run of the ball game. At the end of 2, our score, the Red Sox 1, the Giants 0. We will be back with the 3rd inning of this game after a short break. This is ASPN HD.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back to ASPN HD, everybody. Alongside Naveed Sarabi, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan here at Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Top of the 3rd inning coming up here in the 2025 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A-Town Championship. The Red Sox scoring the first run of the game. They lead the Giants 1-0 after 2. Giants trying to answer back here in the top of the 3rd. Leading off for the Giants, number 6, Matthew Iannicelli, as he takes an outside ball 1.
Yep, a tight game as expected. Two talented teams here. A pitching duel so far.
And that one fouled off for strike 1 as Calvin Thorne back on the mound for the Red Sox. He has shut down the Giants through 2 innings, although they almost started to get bats on balls with two back-to-back 2-out hits last inning, but they're going to start with a 1-2 count here as Iannicelli struggling to keep up pace with Thorne's fastball. We've seen a number of hitters who've just been behind on their swings.
That's absolutely right. I mean, Calvin, one of the top pitchers on our league in terms of speed and precision, as you can see here. So it's really tough if you haven't seen balls at speed to catch up to him. But, you know, these Giants, second time through the lineup, let's see how they do.
almost they're through their first round through the lineup. They'll be guaranteed to be through the lineup by the end of this inning at least, as that one comes in way high for ball one, following the strikeout from Iannicelli. Now we have number 8, Leonardo Orichuya. So after him will be Otis Bates, and then we will be through the Giants' batting order for the first time. And like you said, Naveed, once you get to that second turn through the order, anything can happen.
Absolutely, and it's been a very clean game so far. We've had a couple of bad hops there in the Elliott hop, as we like to call it, over on third, but other than that, pretty clean game.
And another clean strikeout, back-to-back Ks from Calvin Thorne, as now coming up, number 5, Otis Bates.
Yeah, and Cal can't have too many pitches here. You know, I imagine he's still pretty fresh in terms of his arm, and he's looking accurate. No drop yet here in the third.
That's going to be a high ball, 2, a rare 2-0 count with how efficient Thorne has been pitching. He's got 4 Ks so far through his first 2 2/3 innings pitched. And that one's going to miss outside, a 3-0 count.
Let's see Cal in here. Maybe he takes a little second, slows it down a little bit.
Hits the zone there, strike 1. This is the first 3-ball count that Thorne has given to a Giants batter so far today.
Yes.
Trying to recenter himself, like you said, taking a couple steps around the mound there. And that one hung high on him, ball 4. Otis Bates draws the 2-out walk.
Yes, let's see how the infielders here, they should have great communication, make sure they're covering second. Peter, as we saw last inning, certainly has an arm, and we'll get it down there to them if there is an attempt on a steal here. And we need to know that the Giants like to be aggressive.
First pitch got away from the younger Thorne, and on the passed ball, Bates is going to take second base. A delayed takeoff, but he does move into scoring position as we cycle back to the top of the Giants order with number 9, Oshin Dian. Got an infield single, advanced to second on a throwing error, and then advanced to third on a steal his last time around. Now he's lined one past short into center field. Bates is going to round third. He's heading for the plate. The Red Sox will not try and stop him, and the Giants have tied the game.
Wow. Wow, what timing. We talked about it last inning as well. A couple of walks and a timely hit, and Oshin delivers again here. He's batting first for a reason. He's also another one of the multi-sport athletes, a soccer star as well.
And Oshin Dian with his second hit of the day, and that one an RBI single to center as a nicely placed ball just right up the middle, just bounced past the shortstop. And now with a nice mini 2-out rally here, the Giants have tied us up at 1 apiece. And we got a hard shot, but well stabbed at second for out number 3.
Great play.
Great play at second base there.
It's Griffin Evans, I believe, with the timely grab.
I think you are right on that one. Just waiting for him to turn the corner there. That is number 2 for the Red Sox, Griffin Evans. You called it perfectly there, getting that one. A very well-hit ball by Elliott Chang, and yet off one quick hop, a great stab by Griffin Evans for the 4-3 ground out to end the top of the third.
That's right. Saved a couple of runs there, Griffin did. Giants seemed to be getting a little bit hot there. Big hit by a couple of walks and a big hit by Oshin Dian. Oshin, once again, he's actually on our Summer 11U team. Looking forward to having him and see him continue his success from the spring.
And now are we about to see a pitching change for the Giants?
I think so.
I think we're going to see a new pitcher. It's going to be number 11, Gabriel Jaffe. You predicted it, Naveed. You said we were going to see him on the mound at some point. and he's going to take over for Max Bendette, who will finish with 2 innings pitched, 1 earned run, and a no decision on the mound as he leaves with a tie score thanks to the RBI hit from Dean. And meanwhile, for the Red Sox, this is just as you talked about that second turn through the order. The Red Sox about to go through their second turn through the order as their last batter, Tom Rothschild, will be leading off, and then we go back to the top of the order with Peter Van Dyke and Ernest Kanegi.
Yes, and Gabe here, very formidable. He has a great velocity. He has a curve, a change. Very cerebral pitcher, Gabriel Jaffe is. He's always thinking about the right pitch to throw in the right moment, and he's had tremendous success doing that. And as we saw earlier, he's already has I think the first hit that we saw off Calvin Thorne, that great battle where he was fighting off pitchers and was able to put the ball into left field. So looking forward to see him and how he does as well.
Yeah. Jaffe actually had the 3rd hit against Calvin Thorne. O'Sheen had the first one, start the second inning, and then Alex Vitullo led off with a single in the second but was caught stealing. Then Jaffe and Shapiro got 2 hits in the second, and then Dean got his second hit right there in the 3rd.
I'm glad you're keeping track, Jesse. Honestly, you know, without a game changer, I'm kind of lost.
That's just the thing. You either gotta. I mean, I'm a digital guy, so I bring out a laptop and just type all my stuff up because, you know, who wants to write things anymore when you don't have to? You know, I'm out of school. I don't need to be breaking out actual writing utensils anymore. Get that away from me. But you know, you can if you're a fan of it, you can always go old school. Bring one of those old school programs where you fill in your own box score.
That's right, just like our own Arlen Showstack does every game.
We start out the bottom of the 3rd with a low ball 1 from Jaffe to the leadoff Red Sox hitter number 9, Tom Rothschild. And another one's just going to miss for ball 2. And hits a dribbler, and it's stabbed at by Jaffe. Easy throw to first for out number 1.
Gabe is also a great fielder, as you saw just there for our summer team. He's definitely plays infield, third base. Strong arm, as you can imagine, as a pitcher, and great glove there.
We cycle back to the top of the Red Sox order with number 8, Peter Van Dyke. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Peter here, great pitcher, great hitter. First year in the majors, having tremendous success with the Red Sox.
That one gets away from him. Van Dyke, his last time up, popped out to the shortstop in shallow center field to lead off the bottom of the 1st inning. Now facing a 1-1 count here in the bottom of the 3rd. And fooled on the breaking ball there. Swung on top of it, strike 2.
There you go, seeing a little bit of that sort of Gabe Jaffe mental game there.
And that one fouled off, and you could see as you move from the breaking ball to the high heat, that's exactly the mental game you were talking about. And with that funky sidearm delivery he's got, it's so hard to read.
That's exactly right. He that funky sidearm kind of delivery, you almost see the ball start down and go up and come down.
Yeah.
And
it's like he's throwing a high submarine.
That's right. That's right.
He sometimes has an upward trajectory.
I can't imagine being in a box and seeing that. Oh, that was a great pitch right there.
Drops off the table with the breaking ball and catches Van Dyke chasing for out number 2.
That's right. It looks and it starts in the same place as his fastball, so it's incredibly hard to pick that pitch up.
Now batting number 7, Ernest Kanegi. First pitch catches the outside corner, strike 1.
I don't want to jinx him like I did the other pitchers, but it looks like he may be heating up here, finding the strike zone.
And he does hit the strike zone again. No jinx this time. 0-2 the count to Kanegi. Kanegi drew a walk his last time up. Back in the bottom of the 1st, was left stranded at first as he patiently takes a high ball 1 there. hits a bouncer over to second, and it skips off the foot of the second baseman as Carnegie will get the 2-out hit here. It's always so much tough. We're not playing on turf here, so it's not going to be flat bounces. The trajectory might change on you. And I think that's what happened there. It just dropped. It didn't bounce as high. That last bounce almost bounced like a lacrosse ball. It was high bounce and then a low bounce that skipped past the second baseman.
Tough play there for Cole there. Tough break. Like he said, the ball kind of not acting as expected. This should be an interesting matchup here. We got Gabe against Cal here, so strength on strength here.
Cal Thorne at the plate with a runner at first and 2 down as takes strike 1 there. Last time up, he hit what looked like it was going to be a bloop single to center, but a diving catch by Anderson Crompton robbed him of a potential hit. Gets a bit of a brushback pitch there, high and in for ball 2.
Cal here, as I mentioned before, lacrosse player, great hand-eye coordination.
High bouncer to short, fielded clean, throw to second is in time for out number 3 on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, way to play that by Anderson, stepping back, reading the hop right, and it took, once again, a funky bounce off the lip of that infield, but he was in a great position to grab it.
All right, 3 innings in, and we are resetting from even. The score, the Red Sox won, the Giants won. Here at ASPN HD, we will be right back with the 4th inning of the BYB Major A Town Championship. Don't go away.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer. Advocate. Donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Welcome back here at ASPN HD alongside Naveed Sarabi. I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan here at Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. We are through 3 innings here in the 2025 BYB Major A Town Championship between the Red Sox and Giants, all squared at 1 apiece as we get ready to start the top of the 4th. Calvin Thorne staying on the hill for the Red Sox for his 4th inning of work as he'll be facing the heart of the Giants order here, starting with number 19, Max Bendett.
Max here, some of his favorite highlights for the season, you know, pitching, had a great game pitching. And always enjoys getting great backup from his teammates defensively.
Takes ball 1 to start this at bat. Oh, but he launches one, going way back, off the wall.
Wow, what a hit.
That's a ground rule double for Max Bendett as it bounced over the fence there.
Ton of topspin on that wall, hit the lip and went right over. Great hit. He got all of that ball.
Wow. An absolute rocket of a shot.
Cal here. Hopefully he can stay in. He's still pitching a great game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the risk you take when you're as hard-throwing of a pitcher as Calvin Thorne, you know. Newton's 3rd law, every action has an equal opposite reaction. You throw hard, the batters are going to hit hard when they get the bat on the ball correctly.
That's right.
And that's what happened with Bendett there.
And we just talked about the second time through the lineup. They've probably adjusted, the hitters adjusted their timing a little bit.
Bendett, after going down on strikes his first time up, launches a missile there for a leadoff ground rule double. Now at the plate is number 22, Anderson Crompton, lined out to left to end the 1st inning his last time up, now facing a 1-1 count after that high inside ball.
And Anderson here, we've talked about his power. In fact, his highlight for the season was his first home run.
And he hits a single through the left gap, and a run is going to come in, and the Giants will take the lead as Crompton advances down to second on the throw.
Big hit. It was a bullet on the left field.
Two big swings back-to-back by the Giants hitters, Max Bendett and Anderson Crompton. A ground rule double and an RBI single, and the Giants have their first lead of the day at 2-1.
We got Alex Vitullo back up here. He already has a hit, looking for a collected second.
Vitullo did line a shot to right for a leadoff single back in the top of the second, was caught stealing second, but has a chance to potentially add to the Giants' lead here with a runner in scoring position, but whiffs on the first pitch, strike one. The Red Sox sticking with their starter, Calvin Thorne, as that one comes in high for ball one.
Let's see here if Peter can keep Anderson at second. Peter's got a great arm, but Anderson's got great speed as well.
Low dipping one, strike two, as Vitullo got fooled on the breaking ball. 1-2 the count. Crompton jumping off second at the end of every pitch.
Great backup there on left field by Griffin Evans, who we saw make a tremendous play last inning, making sure he's backing up his third baseman in case there's a throw.
Nobody out here on the top of the fourth. Runner at second. That one's gonna miss to the outside, ball two.
Alex here is also another multi-sport athlete, loves to play basketball when he's not playing baseball, following the footsteps of his older brother, Zachary Vitullo.
And a brief time here.
It'll be interesting to see how Coach Crompton, how aggressive he's going to be on the base pads.
And oh, we got a runner going for third, right as you talked about how aggressive, and Crompton swipes one at third as Vitullo goes down on strikes.
Close play there, delayed steal, close play.
Gutsy call there, and it looked like they were going to catch him, but Crompton sneaking in behind the third baseman's back there. One out runner at third, and a big swing and a miss from Cole Yajnik.
Big soccer speed there. Good throw back there by Calvin, recognizing Anderson's looking to take a big lead every time he can.
That one high for ball one. Peter Thorne's job especially important now. Anything gets by him, it could be very likely another run with the speed of Anderson Crompton at third.
That's right. It's important for Calvin to concentrate here, but on the batter and not let keep an eye on the runner there on third base, but not let it impact his mental toughness here in his pitching. It looks like he's doing just that. I think he has a couple of strikes now.
1-2 the count to Yajnik. And that one catches the high corner for strike three. Back-to-back Ks from Calvin Thorne as he's trying to keep it a one-run ball game despite the runner on third.
Consistent calls there by the ump. Yeah, both Alexander Vitullo and Cole there getting caught on the same pitch.
And now it's pitcher against pitcher as Gabriel Jaffe hits the first pitch on a grounder. It gets away from the shortstop, and Crompton's going to come in on the RBI infield hit from Gabriel Jaffe.
His second hit of the game. Gabe having himself a game here. 2 hits, doing great on the mound. Good afternoon for Gabe here.
3-1 now, the Giants lead as Evan Shapiro is going to take strike one there.
Calvin here living in that high fastball.
But goes for the breaking ball on the follow-up there to get strike two. That one high and in for ball one. Runner staying off for second, and he gets there as the throw got away from the shortstop, but with a hard slide, Jaffe not able to go any further than second base, but another runner in scoring position for the Giants.
Yeah, Giants here running a little bit, using that delayed steal beautifully. Great calls here by the Giants coaching staff. But with Calvin up there, you're 3 strikes away here from getting out of this inning.
He's actually one strike away from getting out of this inning. A 1-2 count currently to Shapiro. But it's golfed foul and out of play.
That ball disappeared into the tree, not coming back.
And that one's going to get away. The breaking ball broke too much, and Jaffe going to take third on the wild pitch.
Good at bat by Evans here. Let's see how he can finish this.
2-2 now, the count to Shapiro. Ooh, that one just missed high and away. And Calvin Thorne caught him on a pickoff, throws back to third. And
he's out.
He is out.
By the first baseman. Oh, do we have an injury here?
I think we might have an injury.
Oh no.
To the third baseman might have
jammed his thumb. Yeah, it's Lindy there. He's having a great game. He's trying to shake it off, but yeah, great play there. Great play there by Lindy. Getting that out.
They might not be saying he's out. Might be saying he dropped the ball. He's holding his wrist.
Interesting.
Because, yeah, the Red Sox aren't coming off the field. If that was a good pickoff, it would have been the end of the inning.
Well, it looked like the ump couldn't see the play, and
he was signaling to the infield ump, but the infield ump was all the way over at first.
He initially threw the out sign, but let's see what review will tell us here. Looks like they're waving off the out, to your point, Jesse. Oof. That's a tough one.
That is tough for the Red Sox.
Well, Evan gets another, I think he's got, what is he, a full count at this point?
Yep, count is full. Runner at third, 2 outs.
Big pitch here, but
Giants leading 3-1, having scored 2 runs here in the top of the 4th.
Evan, a tremendous hitter, a lot of strength. I can personally speak to his work ethic and all the work he did during the winter to put himself in this position to possibly help his team.
The Giants dugout bringing the noise in support of their teammate. And he's going to miss low, and that's ball 4. And so they go from end of the inning to a walk, putting runners at the corners for number 12, Yoon Soo Ji.
Yes, tough break there for the Red Sox, but they can still get out of this inning. Once again with Calvin on the mound here. As you've pointed out multiple times, he has a propensity to get 2 strikes on the hitters here, so let's see how he does.
It'll be very interesting from the Giants' perspective. We've seen how aggressive they've been on the base paths, especially this inning. And with runners at the corners, I wouldn't be surprised if they sent the runner from first to try and steal second to see if they can get the Red Sox defense to try and throw down to second to give an opportunity for the runner to steal home, as we're going to have a pinch runner in place of Gabriel Jaffe over at third, as number 3, Coleman Yajnik, is going to run.
Yes. Very important here for the Red Sox to keep their mental focus. They're a ground ball or a strikeout away. You don't want to.
Giants, when he's set to pitch, it's got to stop, okay? I know it's working, but he's got to be able to pitch. So.
And the ump just giving a brief warning to the Giants dugout to keep the sound down after Calvin Thorne gets set on the hill.
Yeah, it's good sportsmanship once they get set to not chant anymore.
First pitch catches the low end of the zone for strike 1, and they are going to let Shapiro take second unopposed there. Second and third, 2 down. And a little bit of a mess up of the process there. That pitch did not count.
Yes. I think Calvin here couple strikes away from ending it.
Now 1 strike away from ending it once again, and give him credit. This has been a tough inning in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely.
And he gets out of it with his 3rd K of the inning. A tough inning and a tough kid to brave his way through that. I mean, it seemed like they had the out a few pitches ago with that pickoff at 3rd. And then it seemed like he was going to hold it to a 1-run inning with after 2 strikeouts, but then the RBI single by Jaffe made it 2 runs as the Giants take the 3-1 lead. But this game far from over, as the Red Sox will have a chance to respond in the bottom half.
That's right, and tremendous credit to Calvin there, you know, keeping his team close, striking out for the 3rd out there, despite, like you mentioned, a lot of unlucky calls on their side. Good calls, but it just happened to be the way it is. So a lot of baseball left to be played here on this beautiful afternoon in Brookline, or evening now.
A lot of
So,
and we mentioned giving credit to Calvin Thorne for his toughness, but how about some credit for the Giants for their offenses? They were the ones that made that inning so tough. A leadoff ground rule double from Max Bendette, who with bandage up his nose, or no, that's Jaffe. Excuse me. That's why he got subbed out at 3rd. He's got hit in the nose on that attempted tag out at 3rd. But Bendette got the leadoff ground rule double and then an RBI single from Anderson Crompton, who later stole 3rd and then came in to score on that RBI infield hit by Jaffe, who went all the way to 3rd but was left stranded there after getting subbed out for Cole Yajnik due to a bloody nose. But now with his nose stuffed up, he is back on the mound to try and maintain this lead that he has helped to give his team.
That's right. And Gabriel here, you know, some of his highlights on the season. He enjoyed watching his teammate Alex Vitullo, I believe, has a hit already in this game, a walk-off against the Red Sox, the same team. So his favorite moment is a walk-off hit against the Red Sox by his teammate. And when he's not pitching or getting big hits, Gabe likes to watch baseball, play basketball, and hang out with his friends.
All right, bottom of the 4th coming up here. Duel up for the Red Sox will be Peter Thorne, Alan Lindy, and Takumi Minamiguchi. We start here with Peter Thorne. First pitch, and he lines a shot through the left gap. Quick leadoff single for Peter Thorne.
Peter, great at bat there. Some of Peter's favorite highlights in the season, he liked the fact that his team stayed positive despite a 22-0 loss to the Royals. He led his team in cheering. So tremendous effort to stay positive despite those odds.
Alan Lindy taking strike 1 to start his at-bat.
Speaking of cheering off your teammates, Alan Lindy's favorite highlight this season was watching his teammate Nate hit a home run this season.
Lindy went down on strikes to lead off the 2nd inning, his last time up at the plate. Now here with the runner at 1st and nobody out, as that one comes in low, well covered by the catcher there to just make it a ball.
Yes, Lindy also not just a baseball player, he enjoys basketball, reading comics, and Chinese hot pot with his friends.
Fouls that one off up the 3rd base line, just barely to the left there. So a 1-2 count to Lindy.
Let's see how the Red Sox respond here after that inning. They already have a man on.
Ooh, catches the inside corner. And Lindy couldn't believe that one, but Jaffe hitting the inside corner for strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Now batting number 22, Takumi Minamiguchi, as misses on that one for strike 1.
That's right, Takumi here. Obviously he's hitting here, but he's gotten a chance to close several times this season, which has been some of his favorite highlights, being able to help his teammates close games as a pitcher.
Minamiguchi has scored the only Red Sox run so far today, as he walked and later came in to score on an RBI fielder's choice his last time up. As that throw got away. Oh, and just some hesitation on the base paths by Peter Thorne. Couldn't take advantage.
Yes, a little bit of bad luck there for the Red Sox, not being able to advance on that.
1-2, the count to Minamiguchi. And he fouls it off his own leg. That's going to sting a bit, but he's going to stay alive in the at-bat at 1-2.
Yes, Takumi's a tough kid here. He also enjoys swimming and watching YouTube.
That one just a bit outside, as Minamiguchi coolly takes ball 2. Makes contact there, a grounder. Fielded at second, throw to second. He's safe.
Wow.
Beats out the throw at second.
Great base running there by Peter, making up for that last play by scurrying over to second. Just beat the throw. Max Jacobs coming up here. Some of his favorite highlights this season were the semifinals game against the Royals. Does a big time win for the Red Sox.
And now he is up here in a big situation. Runners at first and second. The tying run standing at first here, with the Giants leading 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Jacobs fouls that off the plate for strike 2. Makes contact twice, but both times it goes foul.
Will be interesting to see how aggressive the Red Sox will be with their runners.
That one gonna miss, and right as you say it, the runners take off, and they both reach safely.
Double steal there. Great call.
The delayed steal, and Peter Thorne takes third, while Takumi Minamiguchi takes second. The tying run for the Red Sox now in scoring position. Second and third, one out here in the bottom of the 4th. Giants lead 3-1.
Red Sox here led by Adam Rothschild.
And that throw gets away. Thorne stopping and turning back around as he decides not to go on that one.
Great crash there by Gabriel Jaffe, and nice toss by Evan Shapiro, making sure they keep that runner at third.
Swing and a miss. Big strikeout get from Jaffe, as that is out number 2. The Red Sox still with a chance to put some runs on the board, but only one chance left now with 2 outs, as up comes number 6, Alexander Dupuis. First pitch in there for strike 1.
Alexander here, his favorite moment was Nate's 3-run home run bomb. So once again, these Red Sox giving credit to their teammates and their big plays throughout the season.
1-1 as that one misses high and away. Peter Thorne at third. Takumi Minamiguchi, the potential tying run at second. Inside there, ball 2.
Alex really keyed in here. You can see his focus, waiting to pitch.
And fouls that one off. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on. A 2-run ball game here in the bottom of the 4th here in the Major A Town Championship.
It'll be interesting to see what Gabe's pitch selection is here. Maybe go with some breaking ball.
Hits a hard grounder, stabbed at by the third baseman. There's no force at third, and so everyone is going to stay safe as Peter Thorne will come in to score.
Great snag, though, by Matthew Iancelli there at third, making sure that ball stayed in the infield.
And now, with a 3-2 ball game following the RBI infield hit from Dupuis, up comes Griffin Evans. Tying run at second, as that one comes in low. Runners dancing off the bags, but they're holding for now.
Griffin, some of his favorite highlights are comeback wins, so he's definitely in a position to see another one of those right here.
That one gonna hit the zone for strike one. Minamiguchi, the potential tying run at second. Dupuis, the potential go-ahead run at first. 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. And he hits a bouncer over to first, fielded cleanly, and he'll tag first himself for the final out of the inning. So the Red Sox get 1 run back, but the Giants got 2 in the top half, and that gives them the advantage. 3-2, the Giants lead at the end of 4. We will be back here on ASPN HD with the 5th inning. Stay tuned.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hello everyone, back here at Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan, here with the top of the 5th inning of the Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Town Championship. Want to give thanks to Naveed Sabari for joining us through the first 4 innings. We got a new color commentator with us here, the president of Brookline Youth Baseball, John Miller. John, thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here. What a great night for baseball. Great game so far.
Absolutely. And we've got a 1-1 count to start after that high pitch. Calvin Thorne staying on the hill for the Red Sox despite giving up 2 runs in the 4th. Draws a foul ball for strike 2 here to the Giants leadoff hitter number 6, Matthew Iancelli. Iancelli, his last time up, went down on strikes to lead off the 3rd.
Calvin is just a great strike thrower. He pounds the zone every time he pitches.
And just misses the zone high that time for ball 2. The Giants were trying to argue for a catcher's interference call on that second strike, but they did not get it. That one also coming in high, 3-2 the count. Got a full count to start here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, Thorne's just missing a little bit high on these pitches.
And a hard one right back at Calvin Thorne, who snags the comebacker for out number 1.
Matthew hit it right on the button. Really can't hit it better than that, but Calvin was there for the putout.
Yeah, that's always the bane of every hitter's existence. Good contact, wrong spot. We got a swing and a miss for strike 1 here to the Giants' number 8, Leonardo Orichuia. Orichuia went down on strikes his last time up. As that one hits the inside corner, strike 2.
Well, this is an important spot for the Red Sox to put a 0 on the board, try to keep building on momentum from the last inning.
And swing and a miss there, and that's a quick 3 pitches and 3 strikes for Calvin Thorne, working efficiently here. 2 quick outs. Now coming up, number 5, Otis Bates.
We got back-to-back players from Runkle Elementary in this lineup.
I like that. That's my elementary alma mater, actually.
That's where my kids go too.
Nice. Otis Bates, his last time up, drew a 2-out walk and actually came in to score the first run of the game for the Giants back in the top of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, and I see here that Otis, he loves to play soccer, and his highlight of the season was making a double play.
Oh, and looks like we're going to see a pitching change for the Red Sox due to the pitch count rules. Calvin Thorne going to have to come off the mound. You know, he wanted to keep going, but, you know, the rules are the rules. And so he is going to sub out here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Taking over in his spot will be number 8, Peter Van Dyke.
Yeah, Peter Van Dyke, a 10-year-old in the league, first year in majors, and he throws very hard. He's been, I think, a real revelation in the majors this season with how hard he throws, how many strikes he throws, how poised he is on the mound. He'll be competing with Brookline on the 10 and under Little League team just next week, so good preparation right here for that.
Yeah, and it's always so interesting to me at this level seeing how kids respond to being brought on as a reliever, especially in the middle of an inning, even in the middle of a relatively comfortable one like this with the bases empty and 2 outs. Because at this level, no specialists. You know, you don't have guys who train, you know, only for this job and this job only. You know, there's no guy who's just a reliever. And so it can be interesting to see, like, if kids are able to come in, you know, hitting the zone right away, if they need time to get into their rhythm, things of that nature. You know, and especially this late in the game, in a close game like this, you know, the pressure's on.
Yeah, this is a big pressure spot. We're in the 5th inning now of a championship game or potential championship game. 2 outs in the inning is good. As a former reliever myself, it's exactly the type of situation I'd want to come into. 2 outs, nobody on. So we'll see what Peter Van Dyke can do here. So we got Otis Bates coming up again.
All right. First pitch going to come in high for ball 1. Bates did draw a 2-out walk his last time up and came in to score. Takes an inside ball 2 there.
Just missing on the inside corner, that pitch.
That one hits the zone, able to correct after that inside miss. Got that one to move into the zone. 2-1 the count. But that one came out of his hand wrong, ball 3.
Yeah, just a little high, as you mentioned. Tough spot to come in. He's got to find his way into a rhythm.
Hits the zone on that one. We got a full count here for Van Dyke's first batter. Oh! Bates shakes off that one as it clangs off his helmet. And he will draw a 2-out hit by pitch.
He seems to be okay. There's some concern with the first base coach to make sure he's okay. The base umpire, Alec Rabiner, checks on him. He seems to be okay.
Yeah, I know they aren't exactly throwing like 70 or 80 at this level, but you always want to check and make sure when it comes to the head. You don't want to mess around with the head. Now back to the top of the order with number 9, Osheen Dian, as he's got a 1-1 count now. Dian 2 for 2 so far today with an RBI as he takes a high ball 2 there.
Osheen has some of the quickest hands when it comes to batting in Brookline. He's just an excellent hitter.
Takes a high ball 3 there. Van Dyke struggling to keep his pitches down and into the zone, as that's going to be a 5-pitch walk. Back-to-back free passes for the Giants. They're putting some pressure on. And this is how quickly things can get out of control if you're taking time to find your stuff and get control of your pitches. Now batting number 24, Elliot Chang. That one's going to miss low and away, ball 1.
Yeah, Van Dyke having a little bit of trouble finding the zone. Not missing by a lot, but just enough.
And a hard chopper to third, fielded, long throw to first. And the first baseman was off the bag, did not complete the play, or what is the call? There's a lot of...
It looked like the base umpire, Alec Rabiner, called him safe, but he was definitely pretty far away from the play, so I'm not sure what type of angle he had. They're conferring right now, the home plate and base umpire, to discuss. It was a very close play. Coaches are moving everything away from the sidelines. Having a long conversation here.
Boy, this could be tough, very tough for the Red Sox if another third out call gets overturned. We saw them have what seemed to be a third out pickoff at third that got overturned. And this one is going to be called out. So Chang does ground out to third. I think it was Minamiguchi who completed that long throw to third. Good decision making. He could have gone to almost any base, decided to go to first, and got the job done there.
Van Dyke gets out of the inning, does his job, retires the batter. Now the Red Sox are back up after holding the Giants scoreless in the top of the fifth.
Indeed. And the Red Sox trailing the Giants by 1 run here, 3-2. They've got 6 outs to work with here as we enter the bottom of the fifth. The home team, they will at least get the bottom of the sixth if they're not able to take the lead here in the bottom of the fifth. And then, of course, even if the Red Sox lose this game, they will still have one more chance in this double elimination tournament. The Giants have lost once so far here in the playoffs. They lost earlier to the Royals. The Red Sox have not lost in the playoffs yet. It is double elimination. So if the Giants lose, they are out, and the Red Sox would be the last team standing. If the Red Sox lose, then each of these two teams would have one loss, and they would go to a do-or-die game, which I believe is currently being planned to play on Wednesday if necessary.
A lot of pressure on these kids no matter what, whether you're facing elimination or have the possibility of winning. Just learning how to play under pressure. Big crowd here, a lot of people watching, a lot of their friends here. Great night at the ballpark.
Absolutely. For the Red Sox, it'll be Urkelino, Rothschild, and Van Dyke coming to the plate here as Gabriel Jaffe returns to the hill for the Giants. Jaffe's been very strong in relief of Max Bendett. He took over in the third, so this is now his third inning of work. He's allowed one run so far. Allowed one to come in last inning. And this one coming down to the wire as both teams' pitchers and defense have been keeping this one tight.
Yeah, Gabriel's an outstanding pitcher, throws with good velocity, very experienced pitcher. He's pitched a lot in his career already in BYB, as well as for the Bandits program. So I know he's got a lot of poise out there on the mound.
Leading off for the Red Sox, number 24, Nate Urkelino, and we got a pitch that was thrown prematurely there. And the home plate ump having a talk with the pitcher, making sure he understands the rhythm of when you're supposed to throw, when everything is set. We had a similar situation with Thorne a couple innings back for the Red Sox. Nate Urkelino, this is his second year in the majors. His favorite highlight of the season so far is when he got his first home run. And when he's not playing baseball, he likes to play sports.
Seems like any kind of sport. A little bit of a break in the action.
Yeah.
Seems like the umpire's done talking to the pitchers. And now we're back for some action. Everyone's got a smile on their face. That's a good thing to see on the baseball field.
That one fouled off. Urkelino chasing that one low and got a piece of it. Urkelino, his last time up, went down on strikes to end the second inning. Swings under that one, strike two.
Jaffe's throwing a little bit harder right now, it seems.
And gets it by him with the fastball, strike 3. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. And now coming up, number 9, Tom Rothschild. Went around on that one, strike 1. Rothschild grounded back to the pitcher. His last time up, he was actually the first batter to face Jaffe back in the bottom of the 3rd as he fouls off that one behind quick 0-2.
Yeah, but that was a really good cut. He's right on that pitch. You know what I like about Tom is it dovetails well with Nate. His highlight of the season was seeing Nate hit a home run. So highlight for both of them.
Goes around on that one for strike 3. Couldn't check his swing. 2 quick outs for Jaffe here as we cycle back to the top of the order with number 8, Peter Van Dyke. First pitch, did that go off his foot? Looks like they're calling it a live ball, and Van Dyke's gonna leg it out, and he's gonna go to second on the throwing error.
Yeah, slow roller up the third baseline, a tough play, and a little bit of a high throw. Goes out of play, so Van Dyke is now on second base.
And he's kind of lucky because from where I was standing, that looked like it almost went off his foot, and if that had gone off his foot, it would have been a dead ball.
Yeah, it was hard to tell. Might have been off the plate instead.
Yeah, no. Given that it was called playable by the ump, it clearly must just missed his foot. First pitch there to Ernest Kanegi is in there for strike 1, and Van Dyke trying to take third, and he's going to slide in under the tag as the throw came in on the left side of the bag. Needed to come in the right for a quick tag. Didn't get it, and now the tying run for the Red Sox stands at third.
Yeah, beautifully executed delay steal right there.
That one catches the outside corner, strike 2, 0-2 to Kanegi.
Appeared to be a generous call for Jaffe on that strike.
That one gets away. Van Dyke is going to take off for the plate. Oh, they caught him. He's running back. We're in a pickle here. He got back to third safely. He's dancing off the bag again. We got chaos here.
I think Van Dyke was 55 feet towards home plate when he turned around.
Yeah.
Showed great athleticism, running all the way back to third base.
Bit of a late takeoff and a late retreat, but he comes out of it safe regardless. Oh, but it's strike 3 to Kanegi, and the inning ends anyway.
Yeah, that was a tough pitch, a little bit up in the zone, but I think as a batter there, you got to do your best to just try to foul it off if you can. But that's easier said than done, especially with a great pitcher like Gabriel Jaffe up there.
5 innings done here at Elliott Field, 1 to go. Alongside John Miller, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan. We'll be back with the 6th and final inning right after this.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason. Thank you.
A place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
All right, here we go. We've played 5 innings. We got 1 left here. The Giants leading the Red Sox 3-2 in the BYB Major A Town Championship, and we are at a first pitch going off the bat. That's technically going to count as a strike, as that technically counts as a foul ball. Weird pitch to start as the Red Sox Peter Van Dyke bounces that off the bat of Max Bandette, who then bounces that one off the backstop, and we've got an 0-2 count to start here in the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, you can feel the tension brewing here.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And just to make double sure, in case that one hit the dirt, that is going to go as a strikeout. They threw to first just to make sure. Peter Van Dyke off to a good start here in the top of the 6th after a shaky start when he came on in relief in the top of the 5th. Now facing Anderson Crompton, who tips that one for strike 1. Crompton got the RBI single his last time up to drive in Bendette as he takes strike 2 there. Remember, if the Giants hold on and win this game, we'll go to a do-or-die game, I believe, on Wednesday. If the Red Sox can come back and win, then they would be crowned the champions.
Anderson with a just getting a piece of that breaking ball 0-2. And, you know, Anderson is an excellent soccer player, plays very competitively here in Brookline, great all-around athlete.
Fouls that one over the backstop and out of play. He'll stay alive with an 0-2 count.
I like that pitch from Van Dyke there. He went to another off-speed pitch, but even slower.
And that time goes fastball. He's continuing to mix up those speeds, but Crompton continuing to battle as he fouls that one off the backstop. Still 0-2 the count.
I think that's what you got to do against a great hitter like Anderson Crompton. You got to just keep mixing your pitches, mixing locations.
Well, that was a very mixed location as that one came in way high for ball 1.
Still 1-2. Van Dyke's in control here.
Absolutely.
He can throw any pitch he wants.
Ooh, that one gets away as well, 2-2. Got to be careful. You don't want to throw away too many pitches when you're trying to be too tricky, even if you're up in the count. As that one misses just in, ball 3.
Close pitch to take, but Anderson's got a great eye. He knows the zone very well. So 3-2. He's battled all the way back from 0-2 to 3-2.
And makes contact here, and that is going to go through the gap into left for another single. As Crompton on base. Oh, wait, did he just steal second? He just stole second from them. I was looking down at my stat sheet, and in the midst of that, he decided to sneak his way into scoring position.
Van Dyke just put his head down for a split second, and Anderson that's all he needed to get to second base. The 60 feet bases, especially for the 12-year-olds, are just not that far apart.
It's true. And now the Giants threatening to add an insurance run here as up comes number 2, Alex Vitullo, hits a slow roller over to second, picked up, flipped to first, and they got him for out number 2. Well fielded there by Griffin Evans. And flips it over to Alex Dupuis for the second out. But a runner at third now as Crompton advances. And now up is Cole Yajnik with 2 down and a runner at third. First pitch, it's a bouncer right back at Van Dyke. Easy throw to first, and that will end the top of the 6th. And in the blink of an eye, we are down to the last 3 outs of this ball game.
Hit it right back to the pitcher. Van Dyke made the play, and that was the out. I thought if the at bat went a few pitches, Crompton was going to try to go for a delayed steal there.
No chance for him to advance on that one as as 2 pitches, 2 groundouts there to Vitullo and Yajnik. And now with the score, the Giants 3, the Red Sox 2. The Red Sox still hoping to end it here tonight, but they would need 2 runs to get a walk-off championship victory. If the Giants hold on to this 1-run lead, they will force a do-or-die game on Wednesday.
And do it positive together. You guys got me? Anderson shortstop, Alex second base, Coleman's on the bench.
It's about as close as it can get here. 1-run ball game going to the bottom of the 6th. And you've got hitters in the top of the lineup up for the Red Sox here with the 2 Thorne brothers coming up.
Indeed, it'll be the meat of the lineup, the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Cal Thorne, Peter Thorne, and Alan Lindy due up for the Red Sox. About the guys you'd want to come up in this kind of situation, like you said.
This is exactly what you want as the Red Sox. I mean, you don't want to be trailing, but if you're coming up in the last inning, having the middle of your lineup ready to go is exactly what you're looking for.
Gabriel Jaffe back on the hill, trying to shut the door here. He's gone through 3 innings of relief, given up 1 run. And he's trying to keep it at just 1 run allowed through his 4th inning of work. The Red Sox dugout bringing the noise, trying to put together a last inning rally.
Yeah, in these little league games, especially in these pressure spots, it seems like you can find a way to will a base runner on and then get him around.
We'll see what the Red Sox can do here in the bottom of the 6th. Stepping into the box, number 12, Calvin Thorne. First pitch from Jaffe in there well for strike 1.
Good breaking ball to start that at bat. See what he goes with that second pitch. Wonder if he'll double it up here.
Shakes off a couple, then gets one he likes. Misses on the outside fastball, ball 1.
Thorne shaking his head there, knowing it wasn't a strike, but a close pitch.
And he lifts one now out to left center. It's going to drop past the second baseman. Thorne rounds first, headed down to second. Calvin Thorne coming up big with a leadoff double. And the tying run is in scoring position already for the Red Sox.
Great hit by Thorne to left center gap. Machine Dagan tried to make the play, couldn't quite get to it. Calvin speed easy to make it. Saw Anderson Crompton, savvy veteran, trying to sneak up on him with a fake ball throw, but Thorne called time. That was the end of the play.
And now a high and outside miss there, as at the plate, the younger Thorne brother, number 19, Peter Thorne, hoping he can drive in his older brother to tie this game. 1-0 the count. Slice this one foul and over our heads.
Just out of my reach. Does it? If the fans catch it, isn't it out here?
No, it's not banana ball.
I mean, maybe it depends on who you're rooting for.
That's true. One and one, the count to Peter Thorne. And he pops one up, going to stay in the infield, and it's caught at short by Anderson Crompton for out number 1.
Good pitch by Jaffe. Had Thorne out in front. Couldn't make strong contact.
And Anderson Crompton continuing to be savvy at that shortstop spot. Catching out number 1. Now batting number 13, Alan Lindy. Big swing and a miss there for strike 1. A delayed steal by Thorne, and he's safe at third. And Anderson Crompton again making the save as that throw was coming in wide. If that had gone wild, Thorne could have gone for home.
Another delay steal, just a little bit off the base, and once the throw was right back to the pitcher, he took off.
And now a huge burden on the pitcher and catcher. If they misconnect and the ball gets away, Thorne's been aggressive on the base paths. He might take off for the plate.
Yeah, I would expect he would go on any ball in the dirt.
That one misses outside. Ball 1 to Lindy.
It's a good take there. Tough pitch on the outside corner. He didn't chase.
Lindy so far today, he's gone down on strikes twice, facing a 1-1 count here. Takes strike 2. Tying run at third for the Red Sox. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-2 the count to Lindy. Hits the zone again, strike 3. Lindy thought it was inside, but Jaffe broke it on him. And we are down to the final out. And we've got Takumi Minamiguchi coming to the plate. The last hope for the Red Sox, with Calvin Thorne standing at third, the potential tying run here in a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, this is as close as it can get.
Oh my.
1-run game, runner on third.
This is why we love baseball. This is the peak of what baseball can deliver in terms of late game tension. This is beautiful. After a brief meeting with the coach at the mound, Jaffe now sets. Fouled off to the backstop by Minamiguchi. And that'll be strike one. Minamiguchi, so far he has walked and reached on an infield grounder, scored a run. Takes that one inside for ball one. Thorne dancing off third, but they're just going to go back to the mound with it.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to chance it here, just to give every chance to score that run.
This one low, but well snagged by Shapiro behind the plate for ball two.
Yeah, Evan Shapiro showing a lot of improvement as a catcher. Hasn't played a lot of catcher before this year, but is playing very strong for the Giants.
Swing and a miss there, strike two. The Red Sox down to their final strike. Runner at third, 2 down, 2-2 the count, 3-2 the Giants lead. Strike three, and the Giants have forced a do-or-die game as they hold on to win this one, 3-2.
An excellent ball game, very well played. One more game to decide the championship.
A thrilling pitcher's duel, back and forth, and ultimately the Giants, with the potential tying run staring them down from third, they hold on as Gabriel Jaffe shuts the door.
Excellent pitching by Jaffe. Real great fight by the Red Sox there. Calvin Thorne with a clutch double to left center. He got himself to third, just couldn't cash in on the base runner there. But, you know, the Red Sox are an excellent team. They've had an excellent season, and you know they'll show up ready to fight in 2 days.
All right. That's going to do it for the ball game. We'll be back with our closing remarks right after this.
Here's the deal. We got to set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. And no matter what hand we're dealt, we still work our way to the win. Make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Now is the time to play with purpose. Let's play to win, so our future follows suit. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
Hello and welcome back to Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. We just wrapped up a doozy of a game here in the Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Town Championship alongside John Miller. I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan. The Giants holding on to prevail over the Red Sox 3-2 to force a do-or-die game between these two teams likely to be played on Wednesday. And John, games don't get much tighter or much more thrilling than that, do they?
Excellent, well-played game, as close as it gets. Really, all you could ask for in a season coming down to one last game. I think both teams deserved the opportunity for one more game, so excited to see it.
And indeed, the town championship here in Brookline is a double elimination tournament. Each team has now lost one game, so it'll be the last team standing after one more contest, likely to be played on Wednesday. But for this game, the final score, Giants 3, Red Sox 2. For ASPN HD, alongside John Miller, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan. Thanks for watching, everybody.